So there you have it, guys. My thoughts on the honestly very underrated Land Before Time 15, okay? And it's honestly kind of a shame the whole thing got deleted and was never released to the public, okay? Now, don't ask me how I got the footage because, honestly, I have no idea. And don't ever ask me to repeat my thoughts about it again because I never will. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take my traditional after review dump. Stay awesome, guys. Rock on. Glad that one's finally over.
Finally! You got any idea how long I had to wait here for you?
What the fuck?
Now I can show you this cool magic trick I learned recently. It's one of my dragon powers. You ready?
Why are you in my toilet?
Bibbidi bobbidi, you're animated now.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Jinlong!
Hey Razor, how's it going? How are those direct-to-video Disney sequels going? And prequels? And midquels? And Big Hero 6 related matters?
What happened to me? Why do I look like this?
Well, I noticed you were reviewing the direct-to-video Disney sequel, so I figured that you needed a hand with this one. And trust me, you're gonna need the help. This movie is so horrifically atrocious, it drags its main character through the dirt so hard that Carmi from Big Hero 6 is a Disney princess in comparison.
That doesn't answer my... Wait, that bad? How bad we talking here? Because I've already looked at Hunchback and Brotherhood 2.
Oh, it's even worse than those two.
Worse than those two? Wait, it's not Belle's Magical World, is it?
Nope.
Oh, wait, it's not The Fox and the Hound 2!
Not that one either.
Oh, wait, it's not that one. It can't be The Jungle Book 2!
Oh, it's Mulan 2!
Mulan 2! Mulan 2? Seriously? That's the one that you think is the worst one? Seriously?
Oh, I have my reasons for hating this one particularly. Remember the original Mulan? The memorable songs, the complex characters, and the extremely well-told story? Even if you thought Mulan was just an okay movie at best, go ahead and throw all of that in the garbage if that's what you're expecting to see in Mulan 2. Watch in excitement as the characters you've grown to love and see yourself in become hollow shells of generic be-yourself messages. The plot is absolutely convoluted and barely makes much sense, but possibly the biggest reason this movie is the most deplorable out of all the Disney sequels is because this movie does something I have never seen a movie do, ever. I'll explain what it is once you've all endured this suffering with us.
Really? So the movie is that bad for you? I mean, I remember the original Mulan movie, and I thought it was pretty good. Not great, but it was good. But come on, is the sequel really that bad?
Trust me, you'll see once we get started. Also, you're stuck with me until we get this over with. Buckle up, Buttercup, this ride will be a rough one.
Seriously? You know what? Fine. Let's do this then. This is Mulan 2. Against my will.
What was that?
I said let's review this bitch! So the movie begins with the ancient spirits giving praise to Mulan for what she did in the previous movie. And they are also giving praise to Mushu.
Yeah, for no reason? Seriously, why are they serving a little dragon who didn't even do much at all? I mean, they don't suck up to the other Guardians, so what makes Mushu so special?
Yeah, that is a really good point. Mushu was a fun character in the original movie, but he really did just serve as comic relief. Sure, he did affect the plot. I mean, after all, Mushu was technically the murder weapon of thousands of Huns if you think about it. But besides all that, he really was just a comic relief character. So I don't see exactly why the spirits would be groveling at his feet and blowing his bathwater. The less we think about this, the better, right? Should we move on?
Yes, we have a lot to cover. So the opening credits begin, and it actually resembles the original movie. Too bad that's about as close as we get to the quality of it, because now we're reintroduced to Mulan's dad, and witness him transforming from a powerful character that Mulan joined the army to protect, to your cheapest Chinese takeout fortune cookie proverb.
Gambling is like playing mahjong with blank tiles. When one's heart is overfilled with joy, some may spill from the eyes. Sun and rain, so different, yet only by working together do they create harmony and life.
Anyone else want to see Mulan's dad and Oogway get into a proverb contest? No? Just me? Oh, okay. I see how it is. At least the grandma's still fun.
She's not as witty or has cleverly written jokes as she used to, but I guess gambling is bad jokes are something.
So we cut to Mulan, who is continuing to train to fight, when a group of kids show up wanting to learn how to fight as well. Mulan teaches them the only way Disney knows how to do anything, through a musical number.
Alone is not enough. You need both together.
For a direct-to-video sequel, I guess it's okay. Nothing extraordinary, but it's neat enough.
Yeah, the song is okay. It's definitely no Make a Man Out of You, but it's fine, I guess. Do you think the rest of the songs will be like this?
I don't even remember the other songs besides this one. I guess that answers your question.
Yes. Disappointingly so. I will say this though, the animation actually looks pretty good so far. The animation flows very well, there's good color and movement. Yeah, for a direct-to-video sequel, this is very nice.
When we see horrors like Belle's Magical World, the animation in this one is definitely among the better examples. It's got nearly the same fluidity as the original, though some parts are a little too cartoony, which kind of conflicts with the tone of what the movie is going for at certain points.
Yeah, but you can't deny, these faces are hilarious. I especially love this one. It looks like somebody just walked into the room, farted, then left, and Mulan just now caught wind of it.
So after the song ends, Shang comes in and decides this is the perfect place to tell Mulan he kinda maybe wants to hold her hand and tell her he likes her. In the middle of a crowd of onlookers. This man really doesn't have any tact.
I also like how he just gives away his helmet to a little girl. Like, isn't that government property? He can't just give it away like that, can he?
I'm also pretty sure that's a replica of his father's helmet, which he probably must have made in his honor. It's kind of hilarious how he's just willing to give it away to some random little girl without a second thought.
So Shang proposes to Mulan, and of course, she says yes. This is good news for her family, not because Mulan is marrying the man of her dreams, but because the dad wins the pot.
You don't gamble.
Betting against my mother is not a gamble. It's an investment.
Huh, I think man of her dreams is a pretty bold description over there.
What do you mean? In the original movie, it was hinted they liked each other and may have even started dating after it ended.
You'll later realize that these two need therapy, not a relationship.
Alright.
In the next scene, Mushu announces to the spirits that Mulan's getting married, but instead of being all excited with him, out of the realm of plot convenience, they pull this one out.
Once a woman marries, her husband's ancestors take over the duty of guardianship.
You're out of a job!
Out of a pedestal and out of our hair!
Fool!
Quick question. Why exactly were they groveling at Mushu's feet? Sure, he helped Mulan save China, but I don't see exactly how that translates to gonna suck your dick for all eternity.
They don't suck any of the other Guardians' dicks as we said earlier, they seem to have free will to just stop serving Mushu whenever they want to. None of the so-called laws of the Spirit Guardians make any sense.
Yeah, once it's revealed that Mulan's getting married, they just immediately kick his broke ass out. Seriously, what the fuck? Mulan's not even married yet, so I guess by spirit law or whatever, they're still obligated to suck that bootleg Eddie Murphy dick. But they just don't anymore. So why were they blowing his bubbles in the first place? This makes no fucking sense.
So Shang tells Mulan her grandmother invited a tiny group of guests to their wedding. Being forced to deal with the crowd, this glorious exchange comes up.
Now this is a battlefield.
What's our strategy, General?
Divide and conquer.
Jen? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I had a pretty bad case of the cringe back there, but I'm better now. Continue, because it'll just get worse.
So the Emperor calls for both Shang and Mulan and tells them that China is about to go to war with the Mongols. Alright, finally. We get to see some cool, sick, kick-ass action. Mulan has the highest body count of any Disney princess, so I can't wait to see her add more bodies to that count.
No, General. I plan to defeat this enemy without the use of force. You will escort 3 princesses to Qigong. There, they will marry Lord Qin's sons and seal this critical alliance. I know that face, Fa Mulan. What troubles you?
Your Majesty, an arranged marriage?
But Mr. Emperor, an arranged marriage? An integral part of my society which makes no sense for me to question because I don't know any alternatives? And I'm actually okay with letting China go fuck itself because it hurts my feelings? Shang and Mulan get put in charge of safely escorting the 3 princesses to the kingdom of Qigong to get married to the princess, therefore ensuring an alliance which should strengthen China's defenses against the Mongol invasion. A pretty solid plan, even if Disney Fluff Mac True Lover Son over here doesn't agree. Both go form an escort party of 3 soldiers to go with them. We're then introduced to the three guys from the last movie, and they sing an amazingly catchy song. It's amazingly catchy because it's literally the same song from the first movie.
Yeah! Everything but a girl worth fighting for.
I actually remember liking these guys from the last movie.
Ouch! Something bit me. What a nasty flavor.
But I do gotta ask, weren't there other soldiers that helped save China? Shouldn't Shang at least recruit all of those guys too?
And in the entirety of China, out of all the competent soldiers Shang could have picked, he goes with these idiots. If you've played Fire Emblem or something once in your life, I kind of understand what they're going for, stealth mission and all. But you got 5 security guards and 3 princesses. They should have at least a couple more security. Remember, they'll be going through bandit territory alone. This is asking to be taken as war prisoners during their first fistfight.
Wait a minute. 3 princesses, 3 soldiers. Oh my god. Fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame 2 all over again! This movie exists just so they can give everyone a fucking girlfriend! Are you fucking kidding me?
The only comfort I can take in this bullshit is that at the very least, a girl worth fighting for in the first movie kind of gives all this a reason. Not a very good reason, but hey, it's better than nothing, like in Hunchback 2.
Right. And hey, give it this much. At least one of the princesses has a personality. There's Princess Pinky, who likes love. There's Orangey, who likes food. And then there's Bitch. Also, we forgot the names of the princesses, so that's what we're calling them.
When they depart for Qigong, we get some nice-looking montages of the Chinese landscapes. We cut to a conversation between the princesses, and, not even joking, the first thing Pinky brings up in the conversation is the 10-second interaction Yao had with her foot.
Deep down, deep, deep down, way down. There's something. Oh, Ting Ting! I think she's in love!
Shit, even Yao brags about the
Cosmic moment
he had with the woman he is transporting to an arranged marriage. It hasn't even been 24 hours, and already nobody seems to give a shit about their mission. Except Bitch, that is. She is the only one who cares about the genocide of China if they don't go through with this marriage.
Wow. We're not even half an hour into this movie yet, and I already hate pretty much every character. With the exception of Shang and Bitch, of course. They seem to be the only characters that are taking their mission seriously. Even Mulan doesn't seem to take the mission that seriously.
I realize our duty is to the mission.
But
I have another duty. To my heart.
What does that even mean? It sounds so generic and bland and makes bread taste like creme brulee. So the group stops for water when Pinky decides to talk to Anti-Brain.
It must be exhausting guarding us day and night.
Oh, no. Well, yes, but strong and marching. But I think you and Princess with...
What the fuck is he even saying? Is he having another stroke? I assume that's how he got his design in the first place.
You're very easy to talk to, Yao.
Permit me to echo your praise, Your Highness.
Oh, now he can speak fine? Yeah, he's a grown-ass man. He should know how to talk to women at this point.
I am Princess Ting Ting.
Well, if you ever need me, just give me a ting-a-ling.
Well, Ling officially sucks, and I hate him now. Even more, I guess.
I just wanted to compliment you. You were so brave to take your father's place in the army. How did you decide between duty and heart?
I guess I learned that my duty is to my heart.
My duty is to my heart.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, the cringe hit even harder this time. I'll explain further, but let's just say this scene is a definitive proof that this Mulan is not the same as this Mulan. This is an attitude the Mulan from the first movie would never have. This ain't fun Mulan, it's fuck Mulan.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, I guess. Anyway, moving on. So hey, did you know that this movie has an antagonist? Well, I guess it makes sense considering the circumstances of the story. So, who is the major villain of this film? Is it a random bandit hoping to get rich? A Mongol wanting to take over China? Hell, maybe even one of the princesses that wants to betray her father and team up with the Mongols to help destroy China! Shit, that actually sounds good. No, it's Mushu. Fucking Mushu!
Yeah, just enough time to stop Mulan from making the biggest mistake of her life.
I'd say the villain is stupidity, and writing worse than the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy combined, but I guess Mushu works too.
So, when Mushu learned that he was gonna lose his pedestal due to Mulan's marriage, he decided that in order to keep his pedestal, he has to break up Shang and Mulan.
This is not about my pedestal. This is about Mulan making the biggest mistake of her life. Cricky, I'm gonna break them up.
Yeah, doesn't that make him the most likable character of all time? It's funny considering how every other character in this movie, save for two of them, is trying their hardest to ruin the mission themselves, that honestly, Mushu doesn't really have to try that hard. Yeah, everything just kind of falls into place for him without him having to do that much. Whenever he does try something, it usually just results in wacky antics, and we all know how fun those are.
But you can go back to grazing, nothing to see here.
Oh, fuck up, eh?
After a lot of unfunny slapstick humor with Shang being the only one targeted for some reason, Mushu accidentally knocks over their cart, which causes everybody to go crashing down the river, ruining their food supply. So they decide to set up camp overnight to rethink their strategy.
We need a new plan. We have 3 days. What if we get lost?
Then we pull over and ask directions.
We don't need to pull over and ask directions.
Oh my god, are we seriously having this fucking scene?
What is it with men and asking directions?
What is it with women and maps?
Oh, you're saying women can't read maps?
Oh my god, we've never seen this scene before in any movie ever! Oh, and look, it turns out it didn't even fucking matter, cause Yao found a town literally on the other side of a couple fucking bushes.
What is it with men and asking for directions?
What is it with bitches and maps?
Shang, you led our army of survivors to victory through impossible odds in the last movie. You should know basic survival skills.
Mulan, you're literally helping the Mongols destroy China by choosing your duty to your heart over your duty to your entire fucking country. Millions of people are gonna die if we don't complete this mission, and you wanna fucking play matchmaker!
But Shang, arranged marriage makes me sad.
So Pinky, upset because she can't be with the guy she literally just met, decides to run away and begins writing a runaway letter. Her sisters catch her though, leading to a new song.
I wanna be like other girls, climb up a tree like other girls can, just to be free like other girls. No escorts, no manners, no nursemaids, no worries, no hands folded perfect, like holding a lily.
The beginning of the song is actually pretty great. Bitch comforts her heartbroken, crying sisters over the importance of the sacrifice a princess makes for her country. This is pretty interesting because Disney's portrayal of princesses almost never touches on the political side of it, which is the most important. A princess is first and foremost an important political position, and Disney's more realistic portrayal of the burden of being royalty actually shows a more mature view of the writing.
Be anything I want to be, dance around in my underwear.
Well, psych, I guess. The extremely somber and melancholic song about responsibility then explodes into a generic being a princess sucks song. The thing is, the princesses describe how their lives suck and they wish to be free of it, but we never see what their lives are like. Know what this is? Telling instead of showing. And that's boring.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. The song in itself is fine, but yeah, the princesses don't really have fleshed out personalities, which could have been greatly improved should we have seen their lives before the mission. Pinky could have been this deep, poetic kind of girl with dreams of the outside world. Orangey could have been an inspiring cook, given how much she loves food, at least as far as we know. And Bitch is the one that actually takes her position seriously. Maybe she was kind of an advisor to her father, before this douchebag showed up. Maybe she had to deal with that sexist douche her entire life, which led to her being so uptight all the time. Maybe they were all led to believe they couldn't be anything more than what they were. Simple princesses. Political bargaining tools. And this mission is a golden opportunity for them to actually experience real freedom for the first time in their lives, thus justifying the song.
And this is the kind of thing that would have gotten you fired from the Disney Studios cheap DVD sequel department. They're not exactly fond of good, cohesive ideas over there. Let's also keep in mind we're in feudal China. I'm pretty sure the other girls are just as oppressed by tradition as you three are. Except unlike you, they also starve. Mushu then decides to test how much of an asshole he can be by convincing Shang that Mulan hates him in his sleep. After tormenting the poor guy enough, Shang wakes up and is driven to argue with Mulan outside, not knowing it was Mushu he actually heard, which leads to this gold star Oscar meme-worthy scene.
And next time, don't leave your post!
And next time, don't leave your post.
You serious?
So after that, the three soldiers decide to take a chance and say, you know what? I know we're already doing a good job fucking this mission in the ass, but what say we take this mission behind the wood chipper and blow its fucking head off? By asking the princesses to go with them to the village nearby on what is pretty much a date. And the princesses all say yes.
The princesses don't just say yes, bitch says yes. The only one who gave a shit about their mission is now mindlessly going on this group date without giving a shred of a shit about anything besides her personal satisfaction anymore.
So, Shang is pretty much the only likable character in this movie now?
Yes, for now, at least. Let's see how long that one lasts.
So the six go on a date together, with Yao impressing Pinky with his muscles, Chinpo impressing Orangey with food, I guess, and Ling impressing Bitch with his jokes. Also, is it just me? Or do those fireworks have a Little Mermaid VHS box art vibe?
So in response to seeing the six of them go off alone, Mulan goes to try and stop them. Wow, I mean, she's actually doing the right thing? She's actively now deciding to give a shit about her country and her mission and take a proactive attitude toward all this?
Fa Mulan, it's love! Yao and myself, Chenpo and Sue.
And myself and Lingy Bear. I mean Ling.
Ah, psych. Nah, Mulan's still that naive, selfish bitch she was from day one.
This can't be Mulan. There's no way she'd seriously be this happy with these guys fucking China over in exchange for getting laid. There's no way at all.
What are you saying? Of course she would. She taught that to them. That's exactly the message she's been trying to pass this whole movie. That's what her bullshit duty to her heart line really means.
Still, what does that even mean? I think in context of the film, the message, my duty is to my heart, is actually a very dangerous one because in context of the film, it's basically saying, be true to yourself regardless of the consequences. For better or for worse, which in my opinion is a very mixed message. The message in itself isn't a bad one, but the way it's presented here makes it rather dangerous, especially considering that this is a kid's film.
Yeah, keep in mind kids are watching this. The only thing they're learning from this is that their personal needs matter more than their responsibility. And in real life, that's simply not true, and they'll learn that lesson the hard way. That's what's particularly awful about this message. Moving on, Shang shows up to crash the party, which shouldn't be happening in the first place. He gives everybody a very well-deserved reality check, and then Mulan starts arguing with him over this, and trying to convince him it's not a big deal. And then she says this.
You're brave, you're loyal, but you don't trust your heart. Sometimes I wonder if you even have one.
First of all, bitch, how dare you? How dare you have the audacity to claim he's the one with an issue here? He's absolutely right about everything he said about you. You place your own feelings above everything. Duty means nothing to you.
You place your own feelings above everything. Duty, obligation, tradition, it all means nothing to you.
And yet the movie's still on Mulan's side here. The movie's still acting as if Shang's the dick in this whole situation.
Yeah! Shang's the only fucking person that actually cares about saving China in this movie. You're really gonna act like he's in the wrong here? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually side with Mushu now. Yeah, Shang and Mulan are totally not compatible with each other. If Mulan's gonna say that, despite knowing full well why they're doing this, then do these two really need to be together? It just seems really toxic to me. Sure, Mushu is still only doing this for his fucking pedestal, but still, these two are worse for each other than Mordecai and Margaret. Yeah, I fucking said it!
Oh yes! Not only does the movie insist that Shang is in the wrong, it'll give him a redemption arc later on, ensuring that he plays his part in the disastrous ending.
So after ordering the soldiers to not talk to the princesses anymore, they decide to basically talk to the princesses some more.
I tell Ting Ting that she's the prettiest, funniest, most extraordinary girl I've ever met.
She is like fresh ginger on the rice bowl of my life.
One right
Hey, that counts, is what Shang would say if he didn't suddenly go deaf.
You inspired us to follow our hearts, and we repay you by ruining your relationship.
You just opened my eyes to how broken it was.
Wow, that's the first smart line you've actually said in this entire fucking movie.
In a moment of uncontrollable guilt, Mushu finally opens up to being the cause of Mulan and Shang's relationship problems.
What did you do?
You was getting married! Everything was gonna change!
You mean you got between Shang and me so you could keep your job?
I'm sorry!
You wanna know what the fucked up part is? This somehow fixes Mulan and Shang's relationship.
But you and Shang are so different.
Wait a second. Not as different as I thought.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Yeah, so all their problems, how they don't work well off each other, and how vastly different they are, no longer matters because Mushu is an asshole.
All those problems, they weren't us, they were you.
Yeah, he is, but that doesn't change the fact that you two are horribly unfit for each other. But hey, gotta get that resolution, and oh god, fuck this movie, man! It sucks. Hard. It sucks hard.
Between you and me, their marriage was in shambles with or without him. But after a bit more sad music and sorrowful expressions, we finally get the first fight scene in the entirety of this movie. Yeah, it took them this long to finally give us a fight scene. Be sure to enjoy it because it's the only one.
Oh, come on! Seriously? One fight scene in a Mulan movie? That'd be like having one fight scene in a Dragon Ball movie! You just don't do that!
We're actually skipping over the fight scene here, because despite it being the only one in a Mulan movie, it's also very meaningless and aimlessly placed. The only thing that comes out of it is this part.
Shang, hang on!
It won't hold us both.
I'm
sorry.
Please! Shang! Shang!
We get this incredibly dramatic scene of Mulan straight up crying in despair under the rain. It's an extremely heavy scene, and though it's well executed, it's kind of jarring because it feels really out of place in the same movie that had this 20 minutes ago.
Honestly, at this point, I can't say I'm surprised. So, how much longer till the movie ends? I still haven't taken my traditional after-review dump yet, thanks to a certain someone.
18 minutes left. They got 18 minutes to fix this shit. Let's see what they come up with. The princesses tell Mulan that they're ready to go through with the mission they set off to complete in the first place. But then Mulan becomes the Mulan from the first movie. She takes an attitude first movie Mulan would have taken. She decides to march into Qigong by herself and marry the prince, sacrificing her own happiness so that the princesses and her friends can have theirs. Wow, that's actually an extremely satisfying and noble decision, and Mulan is finally back to who she used to be in the first movie. And what do you know, psych! Ha ha ha! Psych! Nah, this is a Disney movie. Nobody dies for real. Of course, Shang is miraculously still alive and without a scratch on him.
So, Mulan decides to marry a prince of Qigong. Mushu, in a bullshit moment of repentance, says he wishes he could stop it.
I would give up 1,000 pedestals if I could stop this.
Bullshit!
One more word from your selfish lizard ass and I'll ensure the only pedestal you keep is your gravestone.
But just before they are wed, Shang arrives and throws a fucking shuriken at Qigong's emperor! Dude! I know you want to make a flashy entrance, but dude! Try to make one that doesn't risk ruining this goddamn alliance! So, despite being the antagonist throughout the whole movie, Mushu is the one who saves the day. He pretends to be this Dragon of Unity, yeah, very clever name, I know, and basically forces the Emperor of Qigong to let Mulan and Shang be together. Like, seriously, when you really think about this, it's kind of fucked up. The Kingdom of Qigong was looking to make a military alliance with the Emperor, and now, thanks to all these fuck boys and fuck girls want to fuck each other and fuck China and fuck the mission,
Hey, there's a whole lot of fucking going on in this room!
Mushu's gonna be able to basically force this dude to concede and not get a fucking thing out of any of this. What a hero, ladies and gentlemen!
So finally, the whole thing ends with Mulan and Shang getting married, the other 6 idiots get married, fireworks, happy ending. Alright, dear viewers, tell me what's wrong with this picture? Razor, what's fundamentally broken about this ending?
Oh, you mean outside of the fact that this movie ruined really good characters, had pretty wonky animation, questionable messages, and also did pretty much everything in its power to ruin the message of the first movie?
Other than that.
Oh. Well, there's no fucking alliance!
Precisely, Razor. Where's the alliance? They established a main conflict in the beginning of the film. The Mongols were going to invade, and after the ordeal with the Huns, China's forces were defenseless. They then established a solution and a goal, an arranged marriage to secure an alliance. And they never complete the one fundamental goal they established as the reason for the story to even be happening.
Yeah. And you want to know what the worst part of it is? All of this could have easily been fixed if all they did was remove the war stuff. No Mongols, no threat of war or imminent death, just have it be a marriage through tradition or some bullshit. That one simple change is all that was required in order to fix so much of this movie. But no, there is a threat. And if Mulan and the team do not complete this mission, then China will fall. Millions could die, but hey, at least they stay true to their heart. That's what really matters, right everybody? So what if all of China is doomed because no alliance was ever officially made? All that matters is that I can't fucking do this anymore because this movie fucking sucks ass! Oh, it's horrible! I'm not gonna act like the first Mulan movie was a masterpiece, although I still think it was a really good movie, with great art direction and animation, awesome songs, very likable characters, once upon a time, and most importantly, the biggest body count of any Disney movie has ever seen. Yeah, despite its PG-13 rating, I doubt the live-action Mulan movie can top it. But, man, this movie makes the first Mulan look like Beauty and the Beast in comparison. The animation, while well done, is very wonky and out of place. The characters have been bastardized to become selfish, horny jerks. Mushu, especially, has become so selfish, albeit not horny, who ruins whatever likability he had from the first movie. And Mulan has completely and utterly betrayed her character.
When Razor did that long-ass review on Big Hero 6, he mentioned a certain part when Hero took off his suit to go rescue Carmi. The problem with that scene was that he did something his own character would never do. He betrayed his own character for the sake of plot contrivance. The reason I'm bringing this up is because Mulan does the exact same thing in this movie. Think with me, why did Mulan go to the army in the first movie? The movie may have ended up with an embedded message of gender equality, but the character Mulan's actual motivation had nothing to do with that. She went to the army because it was the right thing to do. Mulan is a character that does what has to be done and puts responsibility over her personal needs because it's the right thing to do. Not because of some duty to my heart bullshit. In life, sometimes there are responsibilities more important than your personal feelings and desires. That's how life works. And Disney has used that as a main theme before in previous movies they made, including the first Mulan. That's what the first movie was about, the importance of responsibility and duty over your personal satisfaction. That's why this movie is an insult to the first one, because the message is the exact opposite. Mulan as a character acts the exact opposite. Mulan now puts her personal needs over responsibility for the sake of some empty duty to my heart line that means nothing for the sake of plot contrivance. Just like Hero, Mulan's character was also completely eviscerated for the sake of a cheap, meaningless, empty message. Oh, but it's not just Mulan that sucks. Everybody, every single character in this godforsaken movie sucked. Everybody in this movie, at first except for Shang and Bitch, are a-okay with China falling to a genocide as long as they get to bang each other. The worst part is that the movie is actively trying to put those two, the only ones who understood the weight of their responsibility, as the ones in the wrong. There's one other thing I've also never seen a movie do. They don't give Shang a redemption arc. They straight up give him a regression arc. He goes from being the only one that's carrying the mission that will ensure the survival of China to straight up saying psych along with his mourn of a wife and putting the final nail in the coffin to this narrative mess in film form. And what do we get at the end of all this? Mulan learns nothing. The other characters learn nothing. It's Shang that had to learn a lesson here according to the drunk screenwriters. Mulan and Shang still get married, Mushu still keeps his pedestal. This entire movie amounted to absolutely nothing.
So you done? You get everything out of your system, Jen?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. You know, Jen, I can't help but get the feeling that you actually wanted to review this movie yourself, but you didn't know how to do it all by yourself, which is why you kidnapped me and brought me back to your place so you could force me to review it with you. Am I wrong?
Oh, come on, you know you were gonna review this movie yourself. I just happen to be the most qualified person to contribute to it.
True, but that's beside the point.
Well, you know, Razor, despite this movie being the bane of my existence, it was still pretty fun to review it with you.
Yeah, I guess you weren't too bad yourself. You're alright, for a dragon. But we're still missing the point. You broke the law! You kidnapped me!
Silly Razor, laws don't apply to fictional characters. Now get out of my two-dimensional realm.
Wait, what?
Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh my God. Oh, that fucking sucked.
Finally, Razor, do you know how long I've been sitting here? You do know I need to eat at some point, right?
How do people keep breaking into my house?